this around. That way you see what I'm doing farming. Meanwhile, we'll bring this up. My virtual machine. And I'll begin the call. And then when I'm done, we'll switch over. Okay, first things first, let's put this above so we can see. Alright, so yeah. So technically I'm both playing Conan and I'm talking. Alright, so how does that look? I think I should stretch it more. Stretch it more. I mean, if I...
Claws are sharp, pup. Are yours?
Virtual machine, we get Firefox, cool. So let's go. First things first, alright, when I initially built this freaking VM, it was meant to be like for building for CPS and whatnot, so I'll be back to it. Well, people do the weirdest things here. Okay. Alright, first things first. In case you never noticed. Alright, so the beginning of anything. You haven't noticed the past couple weeks, you know, MGM and all that got taken out. So I'm trying to think of like a best way to lead off with this, but it's like it's like I think the best way to lead off is 2019. I started looking for new jobs and whatnot, and pandemic hit. And I really started really looking then. I applied to MGM, Caesars, and whatnot. Oh wow, you are chomping them up, buddy. So it's like, I've heard rumors when I was working at the casino operation at the time that MGM actually has downsized so much to the point that they started outsourcing everything, including their help desk. I've said it back then, you should not be outsourcing even your help desk because that can technically be a security risk. And lo and behold, I was right. I mean, it just takes like a bad employee, you know, that doesn't really understand the tech and whatnot, and be tricked like they were.
Whimper and terror, fool.
So, yeah, 2019, I obviously got disciplined and whatnot, but that's when everything started happening, you know. Discrimination really started happening shortly after that. Shortly after I came out to my coworkers. coming out, you know, letting you know that I'm doing a change in my life, and you know, seeing my new name and what, change my new name and whatnot, and you know, the whole kind of thing like that. And according to the HR rules, it's, you know, I'm supposed to be fully protected from that. But as time progressed from 2019 and beyond, I started losing my job duties were being taken away from me. And on top of the job duties being taken away from me, it wasn't just the job duties itself, it was just kind of strange. But once my name fully changed, and I was starting to introduce myself as myself to everybody, that's when nobody would really want to work with me anymore. They'll just either start calling me by my name before, or ignore me. When I need a meeting or something, I was ignored, put off, like I never even existed. When there's team meetings, I'm always excluded out of it. For team meetings that I put together and started leading and try to get everyone to help stay with. Let's see. So I was being like isolated from the whole everything. I was being isolated from the whole everything I was working on, everything I was doing. And because of that, led up to something that happened in April. I never said a word to HR. I should have, but I never did. I just took notes because I figured maybe this is what it is, you know, it's the pandemic happening and people are just, you know, the shit changes everywhere. Ship changes everywhere. Then you have on top of the shift changing and everything, you know, I'm just like trying to cut people, giving people slack, you know, the better turn the other cheek kind of thing, you know. Gotta be nice. But no. So a lot of times I would try to take lead, start taking my own way in things. If I had to step on toes a little, I would. You know, that's what it was. For the greater time, because my main job duties were pretty much taken away. So I pretty much had to just started working for myself kind of thing there. We all technically did. We just took over a patching system I first put together, and you know, everything that I put together and that I took lead on and made a whole thing. And obviously it's like I never got even any credit for anything that I've done, which is really stupid. I wish I would have, but you know, somebody don't give any credit. And when I try to get credit or try to get acknowledged for it, I still got ignored for that. Wait. Oh. It was really shitty. So... is everybody building over here? All of that being said, it's like, April, you know, the beginning of April, I took a job. But all my jobs, you know, I've been doing for 5 years, you know, for work working with cybersecurity. I took on a task to take over, you know, to use a tool called SCCM and put together a little thing where, you know, we're gonna fix this vulnerability and I'm gonna, you know, push it out there, what I normally do, and keep recording, you know, and then hopefully by a week or two later, I can actually take the change access forward and get change approved, go across the whole network. Because everything I did proved like everything that should work is working. And this director, this acting director, I don't even know. He just never engaged with our team at all, really. He always seems confused about our team and kind of doesn't know what we really were doing. Just out of the blue one day, just decides to, I guess, take notice of that one piece of work, but instead of questioning it, like, hey, can you explain to me what's going on and how this is doing and kind of thing? No, he didn't do any of that. He made like a weird blanket themes question, and I answered. Like, I answered 3 more questions because,
Have you nothing
and then he never responded. And then 2 weeks later, out of nowhere, gives me a call and says, hey, we need to go to HR because, totally threw me off because it was like, we're gonna go to HR because someone was saying that I was being harassed. I wasn't being harassed. I was being isolated and discriminated against, but I wasn't being harassed, so nobody said anything. I never said anything. And then it went from there. And we went to HR that next day, and I explained to HR I wasn't being harassed at all. I was being discriminated against, and this is how I was. So this was exactly what's been going on. And then I get sideballed with a question about a deployment that I just did or something, and I'm like, I don't understand. I've been doing, you know, I've been doing this, been doing my job, and because I was doing my job, I said no because their question because I wasn't thinking, you know, that they were trying to say something a little different, and then I guess it took it like a moment where they had to call in the director again. And that's when he started sideballing weird, random questions about a certain deployment, and like one of my jobs, and he used my job against me. And because of that, he used my job against me. Because he tricked, like, questioning, because HR doesn't really know on the questioning part, so. It's like, it was like, it's like I was getting sideswiped. What's the time? Oh, right here.
Soon my teeth will taste your throat.
You like one-shotting these guys?
Better,
Yeah.
pup.
They're crazy. Anyways, I was being sideswiped. With questions that shouldn't even been in HR at all. I wasn't going there for that reason at all. I was going there because I was apparently was being harassed. But I wasn't being harassed, so yeah, don't. So I was like, okay, so I explained to them exactly, you know, this was my job, and they suspended me after my explanation. You know, perfectly honest explanation that has, no, you know, that should have cleared my innocence. And then I was able to explain again on the next time. And I even explained it in more detail. And that was supposed to be it. I mean, if they would have investigated further, they could have. I had proof in front of me, and they wouldn't let me use the proof, to show them exactly, hey, this is what's going on, and this is exactly how I've been doing things, how I've been doing it for 5 years, and but and then they laid me off in 420. So. No, they didn't just lay me off, they just fired me because of that bullshit, but where the hell am I? How did I get way over here? Huh. But yeah, that's what exactly happened there. So in between April then and 2020, I was looking for different jobs because I've been really tired of being discriminated against. I'm tired of, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not doing anything. There's no promotions. Everyone's talking about leaving. Everyone's talking negatively. No morale anymore. I mean, it is a casino. New people come in, old people leave. So, and of course, Caesars, I worked for them for 6 months. They didn't have a really good friggin', I mean, kind of hard to have them. They're always changing their technology because, they're a casino. And, but they always want to keep costs minimal. So doing that, of course, it opens up a lot of things, a lot of doors, a lot of openings. And that is how pretty much I'm gonna say on speculation, I'm assuming at this point that on rumors, your help desk has been out. How easy that was to probably take advantage from what I heard. I mean, and probably they probably had like very, very minimal freaking help desk security features for answering calls and whatnot. They probably didn't ask certain personal things like what's your team member number or anything. They probably just said names and stuff like that, and that's one thing Venetian did do. Is like they did have their people inside. Though I heard rumors that they were going to export them too, but I think after this, I don't think that's going to happen. Where you go? Lower end. I don't need to go there. Let's get over here. So, I had like 30 interviews in 1 month, and I failed them all. But that was like in 2020. I mean, I've even told everyone, you know, I'm tired of being ignored and whatnot, and I don't feel like I'm a part of the team. I'm looking for a way out. I've been telling them I'm trying to leave, and if there was any communication about anything, it would have been that would have been the thing. It wouldn't be that I was being harassed. It would have been me trying to leave. What can they do to keep me? I mean, I did my job. I did it really good. I'm the one that actually put together, one of the people that actually put it together, the whole system. So, but no. So that's how I'm pretty sure, you know, not pretty sure, that's how I do know that I've been discriminated against because of that. But back to the hacks is mainly because these casinos, they're gonna cut costs in certain areas, especially in finance, especially in the IT sector. I mean, it's been a big thing for the longest time. They'll hire a certain team to, if they want to innovate or if they need to change. Once the change is done, they'll downsize again to an area where they just want to keep the lights on. If you want to stay with the casino, IT, stick with the team that wants to keep the lights on. Won't be the innovation teams. I was part of a team of. I was part of the team that was made out of the whole ITIL situation. Because at one point, well, with a different director and all that stuff we had. Oh, the part that was going in what they call it, ITIL Foundations, IT library. Oh, it's like an infrastructure library framework. Basically, you're assigning groups, you're building new groups, you're building jobs for everybody. You're building where things need help at. I'm trying to put it in like the easiest terms if possible here. And you're trying to chop it all down. It's between service management and problem management and knowledge-based stuff. Yeah. That way you're keeping with the flow of business going. And when I guess when Sands decided to divorce they sell the whole Venetian to somebody. That's when they started reverting from being ITIL area. They just wanted to delete everything. They were trying to revert the security and bunch of crap. I'm saying that they've been hacked everything. But yeah.
My claws are sharp.
But I was there when they did get hacked in 2014. That was a fun time. But alright. I don't know if that discrimination even makes any sense, so I mean I'm gonna have to explain it to them like later on. Because I do have a call and it took 6 months to freaking get an audience.
You will never return to your den.
And now I wait for a freaking call mid-freaking November. Anyways, we're looking at this Slacker 11. No, it's not 11. I'm kidding. Slacker 15. updated, latest patch work that they've released. I mean, it's built to basically be custom too. I can make my own custom journal and probably run better, not good, or the same, depending on what it's in. I have Firefox here. It's like any Linux distro, you got a terminal, you got shells. I like to use Bash because Bash scripting is a thing. People like to use what they call Nano. Nano is like a fork from Pico. And if you know what Pico is, it's actually a text editor. It came with the Pine Suite. Pine Suite was like the terminal-based email client. Back in the day when 20 years ago, or 25 years ago, you were telling it into the something like that just to check your email before Outlook and Microsoft Windows. Good old times. Anyways, so let's see. Theory, when I was trying to set this up before, we were setting this up for basically doing jumping flag kind of stuff, Hacker 101.
Terror, fool.
And let's see. And I use Slackware. I've been using Slackware since '98. Kind of hard to read with that background. Anyways, let's go. There's probably easier ways of doing stuff, but I've been using Slack builds. That'll work for a while. Keep it simple. I'm gonna go. I like using Brave. Actually, we're gonna need other browsers here, anyways. Kidding. Let's see. We won't homepage Brave. That's that. There's the browser. Let's open this up. We technically want that, but you know what we want to do? We want to untar that first. CD downloads. R minus X F V X V F Brave, right? Where is downloads? Downloads. Yeah, it's right there. Extract, verification, recurse, so Brave browser for.gz. I didn't type it right. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, I didn't type it right. This is what happens when you have a light white background on that. I don't even know why it's. Whatever. We'll play with that later. I see it better now. So now we have it all in there. Go ahead and download this. Automatically download. RPM. So Red Hat package management system thingy. Let's go ahead and move your browser into the Brave browser folder. Brave browser. And we're going to, because I've never set up Because I've never set up the pseudo stuff yet on this. I'm gonna lock it down. There we go. Oops. Oh, good save, good save. Alright, so it's making the package now. We're waiting for it to build and compile. Alright, so trying to give like an introduction to how to hack like a subgenius here. Now that I'm done talking about my casino woes, you know, my discrimination. I was discriminated against because nobody wanted to work with me once I came out. In a nutshell.
You will never return to your den.
Alright, so been compiled. So we type in install package, pg space, location of it, upgrade browser. Actually, you know what? Always do a habit of this. Upgrade package. Install new. Upgrade browser. And basically it's like install package, but if the package exists, it'll uninstall it and install it as new. I mean, so it'll delete the old, install the new, in its place. And basically it's like updating it. Oh. On top of that, so now we have Brave. Let's go into Brave. Browser Brave. Now we have Brave. Look at that. Let's make my default. Alright, first thing I always do in any freaking browser. Web store. Oh, it's already there. uBlock origin. I've always put that on first, no matter where I go or what I do. It's there. And if you're tired of ads, look for TTV LOL Pro. Best thing ever. Alternative player for Twitch. It's actually really good too. But anyways, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about so okay. So we're in Brave. Brave New World here. Let's go to Linux. Tools. See that tools list. Alright. And so we're looking for there's a few things here. Metasploit's definitely not installed. I think John Ripper is. No, but NetMap is actually built in. And I don't think Wireshark is, but no. I, for one, actually on Linux, I really don't use Wireshark. Because there's actually something else that's currently built in. There's no SQL map. There's definitely no edit map. And definitely no burp suit. Maybe aircraft though. Oh wait, I do have a sequel map. No way. When did they add that in? Oh wait, you know what? Maybe I did set this up before. No. Oh no, I have. Well, like an old version too. Yeah, that's a little over a year and a half ago. Hmm. Yeah, I know, it took a while to really get back into this, but you know, I was dealing with so much stuff with work. Alright. Mm-hmm. 36 LM. Huh. Alright, so I already have. Well, I didn't have Brave Browser before. I do have Burp Suite, so. And it's gonna be the freeware version. It's like here. I don't know if I remember if I did. Let's go to development. Fish. Yeah, once you get Blackware installed, really simple, really simple setup. Basically, it's a Linux system that has feels like it's more like a built on top of like a frame, like a BSD framework of the old days. Mm, I don't think I have. I don't think Burp Suite was installed. Oh, that's a really old version of Burp Suite though. WPA is in that. That's basically your port scanner UI. This already had some tools already built. Sub sharing, VNC, IRC client. I've been on IRC in a while, but I'm not going to do that here. Conquer, that's taking KDE's version of the web browser. Remote desktop client, that's another one. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I could install here. Chat, IRC client. What else do we have? Well, let me MLayer gets installed. I'm not sure of everything else though. That makes the old. Oh no, it's right here. Next to my list. This old thing. This felt like a really cool, slick Linux version of the WRNET. I have always like that. Alright, Caldwell's. And a lot of this stuff can be found on Slack. And that's what makes it really cool. Ncat Nmap is already installed because it comes pre-installed. Hydra would definitely have its own thing. So I'm trying to think. Let's see if I. What's like base items that you probably need for like for that. I mean, you're not gonna use aircraft on CTFs. I don't think. Especially since I don't even have a freaking wireless card in here. So we're not gonna worry about that. Black builds. I mean, I can show it real quick. Like, oops, thanks. Yes. It's gonna suck. Okay, there. Crap. We already have a version here. Like, yeah, we need that. It's there. Mini-caps. Let's see if they have it. No, they don't. But you always go to the homepage, grab the source, and load it yourself. Let's see what find it. Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, well, that's weird. Anyways. I didn't have weekly, so you just go here, get you just compile it yourself. Let's see, build. I'll see if they already told you what you need. And then you can't use as SVN for source control. Okay. The solution. What time is it? 11:30. So, yeah, they don't have it on there, but you can always get the source code and build it yourself. You could probably start building some tools and stuff like that, but this is it. You just go to the tools, and take a list of drawing views. I mean, it's actually a really good idea because then you could take the tools. You don't have everything already, but you already have the bare minimum. And technically, if you think about it, Kali is based on Ubuntu, which is based on Debian. They have their own system and own, and a lot of these tools. I mean, you're basically putting yourself in a situation where you don't know if these tools have its own vulnerabilities on its own, where my head is starting to hurt too. What the heck? Where basically some of these could have their own vulnerabilities in it, open up vulnerabilities. I mean, out of the box, how they could be. Probably not as secure as you think it is. So, I think probably what we're gonna do on my next talk for this, we'll probably try to make it every Friday night like this. I think what we'll do next Friday night is, don't need to re-image this, but what we can probably do is dig into how to, I'm going to harden this likely build. I mean, out of the box, it's not secure in many ways, but it's also not majorly big and open either.
Soon my will taste your throat.
I'll have definitely the console 2. And then what we'll do is we'll build it like a blue team. So that'll be the whole idea about it. And then from there, we'll definitely go into building tools that we need. And then we'll start selecting where we want to start learning. So that'll be my next one next week. Well, probably didn't say much about Slack. I'm probably just giving like a little intro into it right now. I mean, I have this thing loaded on many machines.
You will never return to your death.
We did load raid. I would just go in, update it. I actually used the upgrade tool instead of the install package. And the whole reason for that would be, in case you do have it already installed, you're not installing 2 versions of it. So, if that makes sense at all. So you're using the upgrade package, but you're installing it. So it's going to overwrite anything that's currently installed instead of making it bigger. And then we have, I already had a SQL map installed. I'm thinking back then I was going to set up the log.
Soon my teeth will taste your throat.
I was going to do it. I was going to do this thing back then.
My claws are sharp, pup. Are yours?
Let's see. I guess I could talk a little bit more about history real quick. And then I'll probably call it a night because my head's starting to hurt. My nose is itchy. And I'm definitely getting really tired. Oh, let's see here. Let's bring this up. Let's learn a little bit about Slackfire real quick. Let's start with the Wikipedia. Slackware is a Linux distribution created by Patrick Wolferding. I'm probably not pronouncing it right. Back in '93. Based on soft landing Linux software system or SLS. I mean, their icon of Slack and Bob Dobbs and stuff like that. It's like a parody religion. So, look at right. But yeah, let's see here. Stuff was designed to aim for stability and to be the most Unix-like Linux design.
Have you nothing better, pup?
Consider the so yeah, I guess some people actually claim it to be the like a really advanced style Linux. It's really, I don't see it in many ways, but command line interface. Yep, when you first set it up, there is a command line, but Wizard is actually really easy once you get into it. Yeah, I guess I could start from the beginning install, but my nose is itchy as hell. Slack refers to the pursuit of Slack, the tenet of the Church of the Subgenius. Oh, we've gotten that down, we got that down. atheist to begin with, so it don't really matter. I've always liked the Slack idea though. They're like the hilarious freaking parody I've ever heard. And it's an actual religion too. Alright, so the birth started as an SLS. Most popular are the original Linux distros and comprehensive software collection. I remember back in the days, like learning how to installing it for the first time. It's a little more complicated, but once I took in and started diving in, I learned that they've actually made tools in the command line for setting it up, make it really simple. I mean, they have it all over their own Linux box, so Walnut Creek back in the day used to be the only place where you can actually buy the preloaded Linux distros. So if you didn't have a DVD burner or anything like that, you could just burn it down or buy it from them. They didn't have USB drives back then. I mean, that was one thing back then too. It was like, I love the distros. Oh, the bots were like vulnerable, really bad. Like really bad vulnerabilities. Like Red Hat used to have problems with FTP and even OpenShell or SSL. Telnet used to be a problem. You know, things like that were all turned on by default. Email systems and whatnot. All the stuff you have to set up yourself. March of 2005, I remember this part where they decided to stop using GNOME. Because I think there's like more of a problem of they were like clotheslining everything of GNOME to begin with. But some people like GNOME enough to where they kept on different projects to keep it alive, so. GNOME Slackmate. The removal's deemed significant by some. Because of the GNOME. Yeah, some people actually like GNOME. It is alright, it's kind of chunky, but. One point it was multi-lib.
Have you nothing better, pup?
That's like where you actually have to load the multi-lib libraries. Which you have to do a couple codes, you load a few things, the kernel thing, and then a whole reboot and all that crap. I mean, it went from like being Slackware 4 to 7. Nah. It's like on 4 and 4 something, and the next one they announced was 7. I'm like, what? Why would they do that? But they did. Let's see. That's like a little bit of history right here. Design philosophy. They want to keep it always simple. I mean, it is simple. It's a simple operating system. It's very simple. A lot of the simple part comes from the console. like upgrade package, install package, and stuff like that. Let's see. Management system, private model, no formal issue tracking system, so project contains a public code repository. No, it doesn't. No public. I believe they have like their own system set up where you can become part of their team and contribute. But that's like more of a controlled area. You could do that, you know, make sure people don't inject like bad things into it. Let's see here. There's 13. The Slacker team seem to have core members. User added. Okay. Slacker package management system known as package tools. And administrator install package is the tool I was using earlier. Was the upgrade tool? Yes. Official tool update, Slacker overlay, network Slack package. The package is upgraded. One over the old one. And then use like so that. Alright, the package manager maintains a local database on the computer on 14 older systems for log. On newer 15 is for the package tools instead. Logging. Tenancy resolutions. You got Flapkit for NetBSD's package. So provide support for So Slack, well, Slackware itself does not incorporate the official tools to resolve dependencies. It does have its own thing. There's a slap sketch right there. Device framework slap. And it's kind of a funny name, right? You call it slap. Like you want to slap somebody. I mean, the operating's so good, it wants to slap your repositories. I only heard of Swartz once. I haven't used it. That'd be an older system because that was like way back then. Because I see 2010 right there. Mint Blackboard 10. Total feature dependencies including 9 and 10. Yep. They changed that around a lot. Now it's PKG tools. Oh, I think the NetBSD one. What's in there now? Oh. What did you get? You're 46, so you're getting some good stuff. Okay. And change a little bit more. Alright. And let's go back here. Releases, you know. Let's see. Like I said, I was using it since 98, so. I remember 3.6. I don't remember 3.5. think that's when I started using it. Because that sounds about right.
Have you nothing better,
Because
pup?
I graduated in 98. And basically, 98, I graduated, put that on computer in that summer of 98. So yeah, that's when I started developing and then started learning from there. Like 3.6. I went to 3.9. I was also playing with other distros too, you know, I was being like an 18, 19-year-old, learning to play with different things. I started learning FreeBSD, started learning OpenBSD, started learning Mandrake Linux. That was actually a really graphical one. Tried Ubuntu. No, I didn't. Ubuntu wasn't around yet. Tried Debian. Didn't like Debian at all. Tried Red Hat. Um, how I ended up going Mandrake. And, what else? So, Virgin Series, yeah, it goes from 4 to 7. And then that happened all in 1 year. So, like, insane. 7, 1, 7, 1, 9. 14, 14, 1. And you got current. I think it's going to end up being 16. Look at this. That's one hell of a hiatus. Mm, I don't know. I'm like, maybe in the future we can always do something like that. You know, we'll load the current version. Go from there. Problem with current is it can break. Updates can break the whole damn thing. Your watch. Actually, watch them get to almost like 15 and go right back down. Like we're in 2022. And I actually have snack arm 15 already. No, I'm gonna have to do it on there. Hmm. Let's see. I think my next DevCon I'll probably take a Raspberry Pi and create another open Wi-Fi freaking network box again. Or you know what? Connect to the open Wi-Fi.
You will never return to your den.
Oh, so here's one thing about the main person, Patrick here. And we're for CDs now. Go down. They were having a problem with their own store. It's always free. Linux is always free. Man. I remember he is cancer survivor too now. 2004, being I don't know what that is. Ran multiple rounds of antibiotics and that. Just like a project. Let's see again. I think I had cancer. Just affiliate member uses the work Slack and Slackware as an homage to PR Bobs. Yes. Hmm. Uh, Slackware and Linux. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Unless they were calling that cancer. Real D. And the rest of this. Mm-hmm. And let's progress now. Ay, ay, ay. That's insane. Alright, we're definitely hurting. So let's wrap this up. And we know a little bit of history about that. We know what we're going to be doing next time. We're going to be harder. We're going to do a hard system here. So basic install, I think. Maybe I will do re-image and we can harden that. We know where to get the tools for Kali Linux tools. We're not installing everything. We're only going to use what we need to use. I'll probably end up using Gildra at one point. Durbuster, it's going to be a hard one to grab, but I'll show you how to get that. Jenny, Gable, WinRM. Wow, I can't believe I added that in. Oh, Rainbow Crack, actually, no, freaking Slackware has one built in already. We don't have to worry about Nmap. I think we already have NC. We do. So we don't have to worry about Netcat. We already have it. Slackware does come with a couple of little hacks already pre-installed, so the beauty about it. I don't think they have Hydra. I remember using Hydra. Yeah, Hydra's not installed yet.
My teeth will taste your throat.
Alright. Burp Suit is actually a freaking Java thing that we actually have to install and let it do this thing. That's probably going to take like a 30-minute install. Unless they change it. So, see. Oh, God. I don't know if it's John or Jack the Ripper. I know we need Hashcat for certain ones too. But yeah, use a lot of Slack builds if we can. If not, we'll grab and build some source. That's more of a planning there. Word lists. Always nice to have a certain word list. I mean, if worst comes to worst, we can always grab some old tools from Packet Storm. Like one of the last freaking sites that I know that are still up. Without using archive.org. Don't know what region is. North, North, PCB dump. There we go. We don't need Wireshark. We have that already. PCB dump. Yeah. And of course, you could filter TCP dump to filter to whatever you need. And especially if you're on a network, you can actually see the whole Cisco network tagging. It's amazing. And then you're showing it to other coworkers, and they're like, "What? You know you can do that." And then I get banned from using Linux. And then I opt in for Mac, and Mac is the hard one to get because nobody likes Mac at freaking casino at the time. And they don't anyways. Let's see, Kismet. Kismet might already be installed, but we are not going to need it. We're in a virtual machine. This is for when we do that. RK after it's prepaid computer. And all the things we could do. Then we'll start playing around. We might try and hack me, or we might try. We decided which one yet. Either trying to hack me, or we're gonna might go to straight to HackerBot. Can't afford any subscription stuff, so it's gonna have to be open. It has to be the free versions.
You will never return to your den.
And then we'll start doing stuff. So hopefully that is good enough information what we're doing and how we're doing it. And so I learn how simple it really is. I mean, I make it look simple because I know the commands for the command line. I mean, let's see here, Slackware. It runs it like when you first install it, it actually does the whole configuration running. It does try to detect graphics and everything for you already. If you're running NVIDIA, you still have to install the NVIDIA drivers. They do load a free version of the drivers that is as good. It still works. Same thing goes for AMD and Intel. Has it pretty much in the kernels. And well, as a kernel module. No, I'm gonna have to stand somewhere else. Wait, what level are you? Alright, level 11. Starting X, I use telnet 4. If I always wanted to launch the called SPM, go to telnet. Basically, I'm using Pico, which is Pico's Nano. Nano is actually a fork from Pico, like I was saying before. And Pine. Or at least it once started from Pine, the email client. That, etc. I wish I had like a black background show. How that'll work. Okay. Alright, so it's basically you're telnetting the whole thing. You want to be on XL11 WLAN, yeah, KDM, XM, session managers, whatever. You want to always want to go to 4. 3 is a multi-user default level there. If you're ready to go single user, go to the next one. Go to single user mode. Wait for password recovery. Go here. Yeah, it's already on number 3. So let's go 4. If you ever want to fuck with somebody, put it on 6. You know, Once it starts, it reboots every time. And you'll have to go to like, the next one, just get rid of it. So the next time, let's go ahead and reboot. And show you what the login looks like. A simple reboot. Of course, we're not using Riser FS because, you know, that guy's a really bad guy, so there's the initial startup. Default is like 2 minutes. So if you ever install it as a friggin' server, be sure to change the time on that. I mean, it does make a great server too. Default 15's been up for a year. And it's my freaking Flex server, so. So instead of going to console, it should bring me straight to XDM. Unless you break the graphic card, and then you're SOL. And this is your normal login. Now it's going into 4. And it should bring me to the other login. Or black screen me and tell me I'm a liar. Alright, let's change my desktop. I like XC most. Go ahead and log in. I mean, you can install any other desktop managers too. So I like how simple this is. Run this, it's already been set for me. On browser, that should be my default as either Firefox or Brave. Let's see what it is. Maybe. Oh, let me Firefox. It's fine. Okay, so we're here. Menus, you can actually see everything better now. System setups. Yes, blah blah blah. Internet. I do get more stuff here though. Ooh. Yeah. Alright, so a little more intro here. Let's go to etc. rc.b. It uses this kind of system. Basically, it is more like a ESP system. And let's see what's running as root. Okay. Go. Looks like the only thing I do have open is 1716 in SSH. And we don't really need to SSH into a VM box. So it looks like we'll be turning that off. We'll do that. Do that next Friday. What else are we doing? That's it. Let's see. More command tools. Can't do that. I'm not root. Wrong password. Oh, come on. Password all day. Do this. Let's go. That can be SMS. like this will tell you like your whole system information that's going on. Something's not working right here. Mark the driver. If you're looking for a certain driver that didn't load, you just scroll up and see. Right, error message right there. All this stuff is in here. Going to be var log here. I think it's syslog. Same syslog as you seen in D message. So let's go ahead and add syslog. And dump. Oh, same information. So from there, I'm going to add messages. Whole. It actually just reads the whole message file there. I just want to tail like a couple lines there. And actively tail it. I'll just do tail minus F messages. And when I have another session happen, it'll refresh the list, tell me. Good way to monitor your logs. I'm using tail anyways. Last log for people who log in. So yeah, if you want to, that last log. And that's it. Okay. That was a weird one. It's secure. Let's just make a secure. So this is anything that uses like Sue and stuff like that. Special groups. Blah blah blah. I'm trying to remember. There's a few things that I haven't seen in a while. Let's see, let's use CP again. Directory. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, it's been a long time since I really have done any remembering of things. This is actually a good way for me to refresh my memory, refresh things around. If you ever want to do monitoring your Apache, the logs will all go in here. At one point, they used to have your whole web server inside of our log for some odd reason. I don't remember what version that was, but so yeah. Alright, so next week we'll do the hardening. Until then, I'm going to go ahead and switch to normal screen, normal game screen. We're going to go back to my location. And then I'm going to chop this up being a little podcast thing. And I'm going to call it a night. It is midnight. And I'm going to have to fix some ibuprofen.
You will never return to your den.
Well, it was.